Welcome, everybody, to episode 13 of Brothers Radio. The unlucky 13th episode.
Oh, God.
This is going to go horribly.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Oh, no, that's Psycho. Isn't that Psycho? Alfred Hitchcock?
I'm not... Oh.
Hitchcock, sorry.
Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock?
Could be.
Pretty sure that's Psycho.
I just... anytime I'd make that sound and like I'm stabbing something, I always think of O.J. Simpson during that interview.
Glove don't fit.
Yeah. Good morning, people of Twitter. I think that guy lives in Florida.
In Florida?
Yep.
You mean God's waiting room?
Literally. Tax haven.
It's a tax haven for old people. Cost of living's cheap. They got retirement homes everywhere.
You got beaches, bitches, no
Cubans.
taxes, Cubans,
Cuban bitches,
Cuban cigars,
Cuban water boys, Cuban dishwashers, Cuban sandwich. That's about it.
Cuban bussy.
If you're into that, sure. They got it, I'm sure.
Oh, it's Florida.
It's Florida, all right. Well, South Florida is basically Cuba, and North Florida is basically Georgia.
Pretty much.
So,
is it just what all borders Florida? Just Georgia? No, I think
Georgia, and then they have that little
Louisiana?
panhandle, and then it's Louisiana.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Or no, not Louisiana. Like
Carolina, South Carolina.
No. Either Alabama. It'd be Mississippi or Alabama. One of them suckers.
But there's got to be one right on the coast that borders it. What's right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It'd be Mobile. Yeah, it'd be Alabama because Mobile's on the coast.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always thought Alabama was a little more inland.
We got to get that big like American map up here, North American
It's
map.
hanging on the wall.
Yeah, we should get that up here. Stick it
Yeah.
right up,
Yeah.
right there.
Absolutely. Then I got to find shit to hang
That
on
way,
the
I
wall.
don't have to explain basic geography to you.
Of a country I don't live in, Gump, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, give it 50 years, we're going to be absorbed.
I feel like Canadians know more about America than Americans know about America. And especially
Americans
about
know
Canada.
about their home county.
Literally.
Well, should we smoke Josh's cigars?
Dirty old cat shit cigars.
Dirty old
you
cat shit. They're not bad, actually. Pretty nice. Thanks, Josh. He couldn't make it tonight. He's working late.
Working on a car.
Working on a car or some shit. So, we're still smoking cigars. Fuck you, Josh. There's like a whole box of them for you.
I should open the window. The wasps haven't been as prevalent, so.
I have yet to be attacked in the last week.
I was attacked hard today in town.
Yeah?
Oh, but I was around a dumpster, so that's probably it.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of sweet smells and garbage juice.
Yeah, garbage juice that they can drink up.
Oh,
Wasps love
gross.
garbage juice. They'll eat anything. The motherfuckers were eating my pork tacos the other day. Flew right into my...
Well, that was last night.
They were eating your pork tacos too last night?
Yeah, I got the street tacos there.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers were trying to get that sweet sauce on there.
Those motherfuckers were doing that to me about 2 weeks ago when we were getting invaded by them.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was probably 2 weeks ago.
Sacrificed my fucking hat.
Yeah. You
killing a wasp.
You tried whacking them with your hat, and you ended up hitting your syrup container that you had for your breakfast sandwich thing.
Yep.
Just got syrup all over his fucking hat. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
It still has this big fucking sugary syrupy patch on the back. He uses it as a work hat now.
Well, it was a work hat before.
It certainly is now, though.
Sacrifices were meant to be made.
Yep. Yeah, I had to fight those wasps off like fucking Mr. Miyagi. I was just what the? Oh, there they go. Channeling my Bruce Lee.
Oh, it was wild. I've never seen a man move that fast before.
God damn, he's fast. He's the one.
He is. When you turn 3 years old, and you are.
Are you telling me that I'll be able to dodge bullets? I'm telling you, Neil, that when the time comes, you won't have to. You're telling me I gotta fuck girls in the ass? When the time comes, Neil, you won't have to. There's a third option. Boy pussy.
All right, that's enough bussy talk. She said that I would fall in love with the one. Neo, I love you.
That movie is actually pretty cringe on a lot of levels, but it's also pretty wicked on a lot of levels.
I definitely like the concept of it. It's Matrix is a good movie.
The second one is god awful, and the third one, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well,
It's like,
no, I can follow along.
well, they're
Like,
not. They're
it
just
makes
not
sense,
good. They're
but-
just not good because it becomes this like Hollywood bullshit movie. Like the first one was kind of an out there thing. It's kind of an out there sci-fi concept in a way, and it was just different.
Yeah.
And then the second movie is just kind of like a shitty action film, and then they're all dancing naked in a cave.
That's
Like
right.
15 minutes into the movie, and you're like, "What the fuck am I watching?" And then Morpheus is getting his cock sucked, and it's like, "What the fuck am I watching here?"
Morpheus.
Morpheus, Orpheus. Go drink some porridges and walruses. Red pill, blue pill, Morpheus. Seashells by the seashorepheus.
You've done that so many times, and it's still funny.
It's funny every time.
It still holds up.
It still holds up. It's not even my joke, really.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about last episode was the passing of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that's right. It was on my mind, but it just slipped. It slipped my gears there.
Whoa, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
The absolute legend, man. It's too bad. I think about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he actually came to Yuck Yucks in Calgary, and I was like, oh man, should I get tickets? But I don't think it didn't work out or something, and now I'm really kicking myself in the ass because I could have seen him live. Now I'll never get to see him live.
Yep.
It's too bad.
Oh, that's too bad. That would have been a hell of a show. He's
Probably one of the funniest motherfuckers.
for sure.
Yeah, you know what?
Super cynical, but
Cynical and just strange in a way. He's strange in a Canadian stand-up comic kind of way.
yeah,
Like there's something I've been thinking about. Canadian stand-up comedy is often viewed as like some of the best in the world, right?
yeah,
There's Norm Macdonald is viewed as one of the greats. Jim Carrey, he was a stand-up at the beginning. Of course, morphed into an actor.
Well, we also have the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Well, yeah, exactly. The Just for Laughs festival is huge. It's world-renowned. But just all these different... Sean Cullen, for instance, like he was always on Mad TV back in the 90s. Like there's these different comics from Canada, and it seems like the common stream, the common thing that ties them all together is this kind of weird, bizarre look at things.
Yeah.
You look at like LA comics, like East Coast, West Coast comics versus East Coast comics in the States. LA comics are like typically trying to just get people to like them. That's kind of how that's their vibe. They're trying to get people like on their side.
Yeah, and then you see that East Coast Boston view. Everybody, it's all
Boston
that
and
fuck you kind of
the
attitude.
New York style, and like Boston as well, even DC. It's like fuck you. Who cares what the crowd thinks? If the joke's funny, I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a lot grungier, and I feel that Canadian comedy it's a little more like East Coast comedy, but it has this weird surreal themes to it. Think about like Sean Cullen's stand-up work.
Yeah.
Or any of his like stuff he did with Corky and the Juice Pigs.
Yeah, yeah.
In the 90s. Like that shit he's fucking bizarre, man.
Yeah.
Or even like Norm Macdonald he's strange in a way. Like he's an observational humorist, right? But he's not like Jerry Seinfeld in the slightest.
Yeah.
The way he looks at things is so bizarre compared to like a New York comic's look at things. So I don't know. Canadian comedy it's definitely its own thing.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you can't really put your finger on it why you can separate the Canadians from so many other comics, but it's got to have something to do with how similar, even though like geographically we're all very spread apart, we're all kind of raised the same, it feels
Across
like.
Canada?
Across Canada.
Yeah, pretty close. Anyway.
Like, I guess school, like when you look at it in a school aspect, I feel like everybody had the same teaching.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
it's
the same-
interesting because like private schools are just not as much of a thing in Canada. It doesn't seem like.
Exactly.
Public schools are pretty much like There is private schools, but they're usually private religious schools. Otherwise, you're going to a public school.
So in a sense, we were all taught kind of the same point of view in a way. I mean, we all have different thoughts and we all think for ourselves, but our base on how we think is very similar.
I think so. And yeah, you're probably right on that. It just seems like, yeah, there's sort of a unified culture across the country. In a way. Like you can definitely tell different attitudes depending on where you are in the country. But one thing I've noticed is that the only major difference I see in Canada between peoples is the rural-urban divide.
Yeah, that's a big divide.
Rural people are pretty much the same anywhere you go, and urban people are almost the same everywhere you go.
Yep. They all kind of have the same attitude. Like, it feels like it's kind of like a hard work versus not as hard work kind of divide.
Well, not necessarily that. The way I see it, rural people in this country are, of course, we're a descendant of basically people who tried getting away from civilization. So the premise of their lives is to do as much for themselves as possible without having to rely on people.
Yeah.
Right? And just think about us out here.
Yeah.
If the septic pump at our septic field goes out, you just go there and you fix it.
Yep.
Or you get a new one and you fucking replace it yourself.
Yeah.
You could call an electrician, but it's going to be pricey. Just do it yourself.
Yeah.
There's so much more do-it-yourself attitude out here than there is in the big cities. Like, you just hire people to fucking fix your dishwasher and shit.
Yeah.
In Calgary or in any big city. You hire people to do stuff for you.
Now that you say that, like if you were to get stuck or hit the ditch in the city, you just call a tow truck. But out here, it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Or let's say 45 years ago, when we didn't have cell phones, you get stuck in the city. Well, that's not the end of the world. I mean, you can walk a couple blocks and find a payphone or something.
Yep.
Out here, you had to walk a couple miles to a farmhouse or somebody that you knew. Or,
yeah. Likely, you probably knew the farm down the road.
Yeah, it was harsher conditions. It's still, when you think about it, it's still harsher living out here than it is in a city.
Oh, absolutely. And you think about, even just that tow truck analogy there. Even today, when people get stuck in the snow, it's more often than not that you call your buddy to pull you out with his truck.
Oh, 100%.
Like, why would you call a tow truck? Unless you're
I'm not waiting 5.5, 6 hours for a tow truck.
You never know how long the wait's going to be.
Give my dad or a buddy a call to tow me out.
Yeah.
Be there in an hour or less.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's the ethic of self-reliance is much more pronounced in the rural areas of this country than in the urban areas.
Well, and we also, it feels like there's way more of a sense of community here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just the case, I think, across the world. If you live in huge cities, you just feel more alone.
Yeah, like you live in a city. We have friends that live in the city, and you're like, oh, what are your neighbors up to? They're like, oh, I don't know my neighbors. Haven't you lived here like 4 or 5 years? Like, yeah, I don't know my neighbors, but out here, I know everybody.
Yeah,
I know
we
where
pretty much
everybody
know where all the
lives.
farms are.
They all know me.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I mean, I work in a pretty community-based kind of job. I'm on people's yards all the time. I work for people in the community. So I get to know everybody quite well.
Right, yeah.
So that puts me in a very unique position compared to a lot of people that even live here.
But even I spent 4 years in Calgary, living there most of the time, except in the summer times. I come back in the summer.
Yeah.
And even I know, I'd say 70% of the people around here. Or if I don't know who they are, I ask you or dad or somebody, and then who is that guy? Who's he related to? Oh, he's so-and-so's brother. Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, son of Jacob, son of Abe.
Son of Isaac.
Son of Isaac. We're all descendants of...
incestuous Mennonites.
Yeah, literally. 3 prominent families 125 years ago.
Yeah. And their progeny is now numbering over 10,000 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but the thing about the neighbors in the city, right? I'm the same way. When I rented this place in Calgary for 2 years, and I didn't know a single one of my neighbors. I didn't even know the downstairs people in my house. I rented the main floor, and then there was a basement suite.
Yep.
I never even talked to those people because they never wanted to talk to me, or like we exchanged numbers or whatever, but we just never talked to each other.
Yeah.
And like it's partially like their fault, but also my fault, because when you're in the city, for some reason, you don't feel the urge to like hang out with people because you see people all day.
You see people everywhere, so why try and make connections with people when they're everywhere?
Yeah, why like force connections that,
Yeah.
like out here though, it's pretty rare to see people.
And even there was a difference. Like, I remember living in Carstairs. I even got to know
Yeah, even
a
just
couple people
even
there.
just Carstairs, which is what probably about 5,000 people or 4,000.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably 4,000. Let's say. I felt like I got to know the guys next door, directly next door, but I didn't know who the people across the street were.
Right. Yeah, you knew the
Maybe gave them a little wave here.
Yeah,
and
there was old Bill
and Linda.
Bill and Linda, and then there's that kid with the GMC pickup, snowboarder dude. Yeah. Well, shit, even I know those guys.
Exactly. But from there, like, you didn't know anybody else. And there's, in that cul-de-sac, I mean, there's hundreds of people in there. But, I only got to know, or not even know, just talk a little bit in the driveway kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I lived there for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just... Yeah, I know, it's strange. It's very strange.
Yeah,
I think that's the big problem with our society right now. The problem with society,
as cheesy as it is.
as cheesy as it is, we need more community.
Yeah.
We need more like, people got to like have big backyard barbecues and shit.
Yeah.
People got to have like...
What happened to the block parties?
Yeah, what happened to block parties?
That'd be
Kids
fun.
ruined it probably. Oh,
Damn
open
kids
liquor.
Damn kids on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, the drug epidemic ruined it for everybody. Some dude shows up tweaking out on some sort of opiate and then ruined it for everybody.
Goddamn opiate epidemic.
Oh, God, I almost lit my microphone on fire there. These things keep going out. They don't...
Well, mine's been pretty good.
I think maybe I'm just talking too much. I'm not sucking hard enough on it. More suck, less blow. Oh, you can do circles?
Yeah, dude, I can do smoke rings. No, it's all in the muscle control of the mouth, Gump. Oh, there you go. Hell yeah, brother. They're not great, but they're not bad. That's a circle.
Cool.
You hear that fly? It went between me and the microphone.
Yeah, that's happened to me. There was a moth flew into my mouth one of the episodes here. That fucking sucked. Yeah.
At least we're not battling wasps this time. So far, knock on wood.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen this trend on, I think it's mostly on TikTok, I think, but on some Instagram stuff too. Kids committing what they call devious licks.
Yeah.
Have you been following this shit? Guys just like stealing like 15 staplers, that kind of shit.
Well, it was like the most devious lick of all time, and a guy stole a whole section of lockers from the school, like 8 lockers.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love this shit. It's so funny because, well, I saw someone...
breaking the law.
Oh, you got to become ungovernable, people.
Oh, yeah, just
start stealing staplers, lockers, printer paper, printers. One kid in the States stole $60,000 worth of computers. He stole like 50 computers or something like that. Like brand new computers out of some fucking high school. Just stole them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing like nefarious acts with the boys.
Oh, dude. It brought me back to, I think it was maybe like, would have been like grade 8 or something, 15 years old.
Yeah.
We would come up with these ridiculous projects where we would attempt to use as much of the school's like construction applies, or their cardboard and their construction paper and glue and all that shit. Try and use as much of the supplies as possible. So the one day we built a boat out of cardboard, and then we layered the whole thing with red construction paper. Mm-hmm. We found a box of construction paper that was about this tall, and just covered the thing in construction paper. It was, I don't know how much that thing would have cost. We used so much hot glue too, fucking hot glue guns to glue it all on there. We're just like, let's just build something. We're being creative. So the teacher's like, yeah, good to go. You guys are great. We just spent our lunch hours basically just wasting money. When it was all said and done, I think that boat got taken home and was used as fucking fire starter.
Oh, probably. That's great.
And it was like 90% glue too, so I think it burned pretty good.
Well, and it probably would have floated for 25 seconds.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was more just for looks. It was like a speedboat with an outboard engine on the back and shit. It was wicked. Another thing we did was we would steal supplies from the supply closet, or one of the supply closets, and make these paper like poppers. Remember those things?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Will, shout out Will. He's listening to the podcast now.
Is he? Nice.
Yeah.
Uncle Willie. What the fuck's going on?
He's trucking in a copper mine.
Nice.
Out in BC. So we would steal. We started with printer paper, and then we broke into the supply closet and stole about 15 sheets of manila tag paper that were like a meter by a meter, like just big fucking, like, it's expensive paper, that manila tag.
Oh, it's not cheap. Yeah,
it's not cheap paper. So we took a bunch of those and we made these poppers out of, right? You fold this thing just right, and then when you give it a good flick, it makes this loud bang noise.
The flick of the wrist.
A flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
It makes a pop noise, right? Well, those manila tag ones, it sounded like a fucking bomb going off. Like, it literally sounded like a shotgun. Like, it was that loud.
Yeah, I remember how fucking loud those things
were. They would be pretty fucking loud.
Yeah.
And so we would sell them to people, right, during lunch hour. And how much money did we make doing that? Because we'd sell the regular ones out of printer paper for 5 cents. We found letter paper, like business paper.
Yeah.
Sell those for 10 cents. And the manila tag ones we sold for $1. And we ended up making like $25-$30, something like that. It was awesome too. We even had like basically a cigar rolling factory. We hired like a bunch of the girls in our class to like work in a cigar rolling factory making these fucking poppers all day long, right? We just sold them to everybody.
No breaks, no piss breaks.
The best was the first class after like lunch break. You could like hear the hallways just echoing with like these fucking gunshots. Just bang, 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 bang. Because everyone fucking bought these things at lunch and they're just letting them rip. The fucking teachers finally came to us as like, okay, we appreciate your like entrepreneurial skills in this. This is actually pretty impressive. But you're fucking stealing like huge sheets of manila tag from the supply closet. Like, we can't be having that, boys. Like, so the Kurt, the principal, was like, listen, you can keep doing it, but you got to give us a cut. And we're like, fuck you, man. So we quit doing that. We moved on to better things. We moved on to selling paper blowguns. So you take a piece of or a couple pieces of printer paper and roll them up into a tube.
Yeah.
And then you take another piece, you curl it over into a cone, right?
Yeah.
You make a cone out of it and stick that in the end of the tube and cut it off right there. That way you got a bullet for your blowgun.
Right.
So you tape it all up and you put a lot of tape on the bullet so it's got some weight. And you fucking blow through there. And and like they actually fucking hurt. They think because they're real pointy on the end and they fly pretty quick.
Do you remember those? Like, you'd fold up a piece of paper a bunch of times, and then eventually you'd fold it in half and put it in an elastic band. They're called Hornets.
Yeah. Hornets. Yeah. I remember
those things fucking stung. I hated that shit.
But did you ever try selling them? No, we thought of a business idea. So we would make a bunch of these and sell them at lunchtime.
I wasn't a hustler like you.
We sold a bunch of these for like 50 cents each, right? Or it was 50 cents for the tube and 3 bullets. And if you wanted to buy 5 more bullets, that'd be like another 50 cents or something like that. So we had like a whole fucking scheme. There was like a whole price scheme and everything. And again, we had like girls working in the cigar factory rolling paper up. It was pretty wicked.
That's awesome.
We made a little bit of money that time. We even designed a semi-automatic one with a fucking magazine on the top.
Did it work?
It worked, kind of. It would jam quite a bit, but you could get at least 3 in a row.
Nice.
On a good try. Like, you could load the thing up with like 10. Just you would usually jam up and you'd have to fucking fix it.
Yeah.
But
what's the big deal? You'd run down to the grocery store and spend the money, put it into the economy.
Yeah, so we take that money, run down, buy a bunch of donuts and shit, pop. All the girls got a cut too.
Nice.
It was 40-40 and 10% for them. No, it wasn't that bad. I think me and Will took 25% each, and then the rest went to our employees.
Nice.
Yeah, it was wicked. It was a good time. And then he went even crazier with it. He went to like Superstore or Costco or something one time and just bought a shitload of pop and chips.
Yeah.
And this was when the vending machines they had to switch to like healthy food or something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
So they're just selling. It's just like the most you're gonna eat like a bunch of sesame seeds. Like no,
yeah,
that's fucking
sesame
garbage.
seeds and then a bunch of Nutri-Grain granola bars.
Yeah,
Like, go fuck yourself. Give
selling
me
them for $1. Like you
give
can
me
buy
a bag
those
of
for
Lay's
nothing.
salt and vinegar, please.
Yeah, exactly. So Will circumnavigated that operation by selling pop and chips out of his locker during like in between classes and at lunch break.
You mean chips pop in a bar?
Chips pop in a bar at lunchtime. Yeah, I think he had chocolate bars too. It was chips pop in a bar. He made some serious bank doing that.
Fuck yeah.
And the principal had to come to him again and was like, again, great entrepreneurial skills, but you're undercutting the vending machine. The guy who owns the vending machines are losing money.
Fuck them.
Because no one's using them. So
Competition's healthy, Kurt.
yeah, so again, he's like, yeah, give us a cut or you're done. Will's like that. Fuck. You're not getting a cut. Fuck you. So yeah, we did all kinds of weird shit like that.
I like
Never stole $60,000 worth of computers though. I never did that.
Yeah, I can't say I've stole more than $5 worth of things. I don't know if I've really stolen anything. A couple of hearts,
Yeah, a couple kisses.
a couple kisses.
Steal a kiss here and there. Steal a dance.
I think the best part about school was like the school would get something new, like let's say microwaves in the class, or one was the English class got fans in it.
Oh yeah,
Got fans in it.
Yeah.
Well, about 2 months later, they had to put cages around those fans.
People would just throw bananas and shit.
I remember somebody threw a banana in there, and a perfect slice of banana, about like an inch thick, cut off the banana and was flung against the whiteboard and just perfectly stuck to the whiteboard. Just a slice of banana. People would like we'd crank the fans up to as fast as they go, and they were like pretty big fans.
Yeah, those are like
Steel
industrial sized
fans,
fucking
and
steel
they were
fans.
fast. They would fling shit.
I remember chucking pens and paper airplanes. You throw paper airplanes up there, and they would whack the paper airplane and then send it flying across the room into somebody's eye
That, or
hole.
if you threw something, it would get stuck in the cage and kind of bounce back and forth.
See, it was
between
even
the fan
when they
and
introduced
cage.
when they introduced the cage, it was even better. Yeah, because it would do that.
Yeah,
it would get stuck up
exactly.
there and just keep making noise. That was great.
Those were the days.
I like just making life hell for a teacher. That was the best.
I like when they think they could outsmart us. And it's like, oh, now I actually have to try. Thanks for a little challenge. I needed a little challenge in my life.
A little kick in the ass, you know. Well, one of the best things we did was we took little like desk fans.
Yeah.
And we found a bunch of old powdered paint, like cans of powdered paint, probably from the 70s or some shit.
Oh, no.
Also probably in the supply closet, which we somehow broke into. I don't know. And we took that stuff. You take a cup of it, and you crank up the desk fan up to full tilt, and you throw a cup of that in there, black.
Max titties.
Yeah. Just throw a cup of black shit in there, and it would just make this black cloud, and it would just fill the classroom. So we had the one day we had one kid. We found a really, really big fan. I don't know where we found this thing. And we're like, yeah, throw this entire cup of powder paint in there. So he does, and it just coated him in powder paint. His whole face, he looked like a coal miner. It looked like he came out of the fucking hills of West Virginia. He's going to die of the black lung at the age of 35. He looked awful.
16 tons.
What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do, 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 do. Fucking Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Man, I could just sing on this podcast. I feel like I could just break into song at any point.
We got to do more karaoke.
All right.
There's a business. I'm thinking entrepreneurial now. I'm thinking back to my junior high days of just doing shit for money. I'm going to start up a karaoke bar. What do you think?
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound fun?
Actually, we should start up a ball shaving. I'll do the books, you do the shaving.
Why do you always steal my best jokes? That was my joke, man.
I had to use it against you.
Yeah. It's interesting how the arrow that kills the eagle has been hafted with the eagle's own feathers.
That's how they get you.
That's how life is, you know?
You ever done a karaoke night?
Yep. Couple of them. Like
Nice.
in Bicycle there, they do the karaoke nights.
That's
I
right.
did one of those there. I did an actual like karaoke bar one time, like a Korean karaoke bar. It was awesome. You just drink soju, which is basically like it's like really, really powerful rice wine mixed with like whatever juice you want. You get like
Pineapple, orange,
mango, grape,
pomegranate.
blueberry,
Yeah, blueberry,
orange,
apple, orange, pomegranate, whatever you want.
apples a zizzleman. Faux shizzle, my nizzle. And yeah, it's great. You just get really drunk and I was just singing Frank Sinatra all night. Singing That's Life. It was great.
What's that? Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words.
I like Frank.
Oh, Frank, old blue eyes, man. Old Frankie.
Put your head on.
That's
oh yeah, that's not.
that's not Frank Sinatra. That's shit.
Are you?
It's not Frank. It's hold on here. I have it on my playlist.
Are you
Paul
sure?
Anka? Is it Paul Anka or something Anka? Hold on.
I don't know. I always thought that was Frank Sinatra.
No. It's
Okay, what song am I thinking of then? That's by Frank.
yeah. It's Paul Anka. Yeah.
What's that sound?
That'd be my phone emitting radio waves and the speaker picking it, or the microphone picking it up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's amazing how radio interference fucks with electronics. You take like a electric guitar, you can like listen to the actual signal that your phone is sending to the radio tower if you set it like right in front of the pickups.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like dial-up. It's kind of fucked.
Sounds like the Decepticons hacking.
It's got some kind of aura around it, some sort of force field. Dude, that's sci-fi shit, man. What are you talking about? I don't know. It looked at me. Oh, fuck. We're back on the Transformers talk
Yeah.
again. God damn it.
This is Radio Shack dinosaur shit or some shit. Or
Sector 7 doesn't exist.
never heard of it. Never will.
Well, brother, is there more coffee left
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
there pot?
Apparently, you know how
Hurry up.
Ryan Reynolds kind of has a chokehold on men.
What?
Like, hold on, let me finish pouring here.
You got one thing at a time. You can't pour and talk at the same time, it appears.
No, I can't. I simply cannot. So, like, here's your liquor, by the way.
Well, I only had a little bit of coffee with my liquor on the last one, so I don't know. Well, you got to make the mix just right.
Yeah. So when you think of like a, like I'm not trying to get gay here or nothing.
Well, that's all right. You can if you want. It's 2021.
All right. When you think of like the one man you might go gay for, everybody just instantly thinks Ryan Reynolds, right?
Josh Magley.
You'd go gay for Josh?
No. I just thought that'd be funny because we know Josh, and he's probably going to listen to this.
Yeah.
Yes, but Ryan Reynolds, I understand. I do understand what you're saying.
Anyway,
He's a very attractive man,
yeah, so I'm saying
allegedly, or so the Germans would have us believe.
allegedly. So like Ryan Reynolds just has an absolute chokehold on straight men for that. Apparently Megan Fox is the same for girls.
Girls like want to
Straight women absolutely love Megan Fox.
really.
Yes, apparently.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if
Ladies-
there is actually such thing as a straight woman.
If there's any ladies listening to this, let us know on the Instagram. Is Megan Fox? Yeah, any of you straight ladies, would you go gay for Megan Fox?
they'd go gay for any woman. Think about it.
Yeah, all women
All
are
women
bisexual.
yeah, especially this day and age. All women know these days is charge they phone, eat hot Cheeto, be bisexual, twerk, and lie.
Hit curb.
Yeah, scuff their rims. This song goes very hard. Much love from Kazakhstan. I hate women so much it's unreal.
So last Saturday,
Yeah.
Me, Gump here, Josh and Dylan recorded a podcast.
No, that was the previous Friday. That was last Friday.
It was last Friday night?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's on YouTube. The supercut of it, anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it's not on Spotify, but it
was not worth putting on Spotify as a full episode. There was a lot of dead air and just guys going for piss breaks every 10 minutes. So I cut it up and took all the good bits out of it.
It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty funny, especially Dylan just talking about most extreme primate. Talking about what if a monkey rode a snowboard?
What if Monk rode snowboard?
He was mesmerized by that concept. He really was. I was too, quite frankly.
That was the funniest shit. Oh God, we were blasted.
Oh yeah, man.
By the end of it, Dylan was sleeping. I was ready to fight Josh.
Yeah, you guys were having a lover's quarrel.
I was pissed.
Yeah, you guys kissed and made up afterwards.
Yeah. Just two dudes. 5 feet apart. Love each other.
Indeed. Here's something I want to pose to you, Aubrey.
Okay, Gump.
Well, it's not so much. This is more of a rhetorical question. But do you think astronauts jack off in space?
Well, according to NASA, astronauts have not had sex in space.
Right, which means they have had to have jacked off because you can't go 6 months
Well, not many people have gone more than a month.
without
Goddamn.
as a loud vehicle.
Like, what's the percentage of astronauts that have stayed in space for more than a month?
Oh, quite a few. Actually, most missions are more than a month.
Okay.
More than a month.
Well,
At least to the ISS, most of them are.
Okay.
The longest continuous mission in space was 1 year long.
Was that?
His name is Scott Kelly. His brother is also an astronaut. They're twins.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, this is perfect. We'll send one of them up to space for a year, and one of them will stay on the Earth, and we'll study the biological changes that happen between them because they're genetically the same. Right?
Yep.
And I'm thinking
anything notable?
Well, they got like when you're in space for I would say more than a month, your bone density, you basically turn into an 80-year-old man. Like you get osteoporosis just because you don't have gravity pulling down on your bones. So your body,
you also decompress. So I think you get taller too.
Yeah, for a little bit. Like you land, you're taller, but you're way weaker. Your like your muscle mass is way decreased. Your bone density is like super. You've basically got bird bones.
Yeah.
Is that a cat?
Yeah, I think there's a cat in here.
In here?
Yeah.
Fuck. He's gonna come in here and shed in my coffee.
Probably.
Little bastard.
Anyway.
So yeah, your bone density gets really low.
I think
that can actually be it can affect your eyeballs too, just because the lack of gravity will affect the pressure in your eyeball and can cause like macular degeneration essentially.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kitty's coming up here.
Oh fuck.
What's going on, Kitty?
Think we can toss him out that window?
Oh yeah, I could.
Well, I don't think I could.
So last episode we were talking about a little capital punishment to cats. Well, I've beat this cat a couple of times, and he is the nicest cat.
That's cool.
Like just
hold on, I got more to add to astronauts jacking in space.
Anyway, I would sure hope astronauts have jacked off in space. I really do.
I'm guessing they have. But here's the thing. I'm guessing this was an actual engineering problem for like NASA scientists and like the Soviet space program as well back in like the space race days, like in the 60s. And I'm guessing the solutions were probably quite typical too. You know how NASA designed like that space pen that can write upside down and doesn't need air pressure to work.
Right.
And it cost them like $1 million to engineer this fucking thing. Okay. And then the Russians just used a pencil. I'm guessing, it's like, oh, we'll just use a pencil.
Yeah.
I'm guessing their solutions to the space ejaculate problem were much the same. Because if a dude's cranking his hog and he skeets his yeet, and Buddy's having a nap over there snoring with his mouth open, and a globule goes flying across the spacecraft.
A spunkule.
A spunkule goes flying across your capsule. Like, that's going to be a serious problem. And imagine it gets into the electrical stuff. Like, it gums up the switches.
to the whole project.
Imagine it gums up the switches to the reaction control wheels. What are you doing, cat? Get away from me. I'm sorry, I love you too, but you were being a pain in the ass. Yeah, he probably spunkuled up the fucking switches and the switchboard and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing NASA scientists developed some sort of ejaculate capture device that you put over top of your lap so that you skeet your yeet into this like fancy thing or whatever, and it collects it all.
They might have had to jerk off with a condom on.
Yeah, and see, the Russians, of course, probably just brought a dog with them to space. That's just my guess. I don't know.
Space hookers.
They wouldn't bring hookers to space. Come on.
They'd all be down. Oh, cat.
Because then what happens if they get pregnant?
Hi, kitty. Don't be an asshole. Space abortions?
I don't know if you can... Well, that's the thing is I don't know what happens to a pregnancy while they're in space. It would probably just abort itself like within 2 months or something because of the lack of gravity. They've never tried this because it's one of those mad scientist type experiments playing with human life. It's one of those kind of things.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's why the Russians were launching dogs into space to see if they could use them to
Capture semen.
capture semen. They designated them as ejaculate capture devices. ECDs, they called them.
What breed of dog?
I don't know, probably German Shepherd or Doberman or something like that.
Jack Russells.
Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
Little poodle dog.
See you, cat. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I think he got offended that we didn't want him here. Cats are like
that. I
that.
don't want him. I just don't want him clawing at my balls.
Yeah, I don't want him here right now.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, cat. Oh, so yesterday, you decided to start watching that Lucifer show?
Decided not yesterday, like 8 years ago.
Well, yeah, you started watching it, and I sat down and watched the first episode, or I watched my first episode, and I gotta say, that show sucks balls.
You suck balls.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I sat down, and it's like, okay, now Adam and Eve are somehow alive, and Lucifer's like a good guy, and then Eve is running away from Adam and is getting married to another woman. Yeah, and Adam is learning about toxic masculinity.
It was quite the plot twist.
I'm like, this is terrible.
It's a good show. It's a little cheesy.
Point me in the direction of where the art is in this show. It's not art at all.
It's right over there.
It's not art. It's just fucking, it's like just propaganda.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just like, oh, toxic masculinity. Also, lesbians can get married now. Don't forget it. Don't fucking forget. Girls can marry each other. It's like, I know.
But there's bosoms in the show.
Yeah, that's good and fine, but you can also go to Pornhub, and it's free. And it's quicker,
but you don't
too.
get the character development.
I don't know what kind of porn you've been watching, but there's some good shit out there. There's some good character development. That plumber, he's trying to make a living.
He's working hard for that paycheck.
He's working hard for that big paycheck, and sometimes people don't have the money to pay him.
I try to not watch too much porn. It's the leading cause of erectile dysfunction in men our ages, Gump.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
So I just try to stay conscious of that. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you guilt yourself while you're jacking your hog?
No. I'm just like, do I need to be doing this 4 times a day? No.
No one needs to be doing that 4 times a day. Jesus Christ. That's too much. That's dangerous.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to blow a valve doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to be coughing dust. You're coughing dust after your 4th. Sorry, ladies. I apologize for my crude behavior.
Gump, you disgust me.
I am what I am.
Deal with it. Hello, cat. He's back.
Yeah, that Lucifer show sucks. I'm just saying.
You suck, Gump. You don't know what real art is.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Like a real good TV show?
Yeah.
Like an artistic TV show?
Yeah. It's all up.
Cat is playing with cans or something. He's playing with a pop gun or some shit.
Oh, he's making bread over there. He's kneading dough.
You know, a good show, Bob? Sopranos.
Well, yeah, that's a fantastic show.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because there's actual character development, and it actually makes sense. And it's not just like ramming down your throat, lesbians can they can get married. Men are awful. Lesbians can get married. They're not just ramming that down your throat.
Well, it was never quite that bad. It's getting really bad now. But I've watched every episode, and I just got to keep going, powering through.
Yeah, hopefully it gets better. Breaking Bad, that's a great show. What in the fuck is that? My phone going off? Or is it the fly pressing the anti-Semitic button?
Kulu with the anti-fly remarks.
It's funny. What else is a good show I've watched recently?
Hey, where can you watch
Star Trek.
Where
That's
can you
a good
watch
show.
Sopranos?
HBO. It's an HBO show. So Chernobyl, that's another HBO show. Great show.
I watched the first 3 episodes and then I kind of tapered off. I just never kept watching it, sadly. But it was good. I liked those first couple episodes.
Yeah, I didn't finish it because I don't have HBO Plus. So I watched it at Rodney's there.
Well, yeah, that's where we were watching it. That's right.
Yeah.
And I think the last episode I was watching is where they were like tunneling underneath the reactor.
Yeah, the
Everybody was
miners are under there. They're
dying,
they're buck ass naked,
sweating
under the this nuclear hellhole. Oh yeah, and the foreman of the miners comes up and he's like buck ass naked, and they're like, "What is wrong with you? Why put some clothes on? God damn it, man! Like there's radiation around. You gotta have some sort of protective layer." And they're like, "We're not doing that. All right." We're working down there with picks and shovels like people used to do in the 1850s, for fuck's sake. Like, it's hot work. So we're doing like our old men do, like the old boys did in the old days. They just mine naked to keep themselves cool.
That whole thing was blown open because they were doing air quality tests like 450 miles away. And they're like, remember that? How did that all go?
Oh! You mean how the rest of the world discovered that this fucking reactor exploded?
That's right.
Sweden detected radiation levels that were like way off. Like Sweden's reactors, different reactors across Europe, their instruments were going off, and they're not sure why that happened. They're like, well, something happened here in the world, and then Russia was like, yeah, that was us. Don't worry, it's only so and so many Röntgen. It's only this bad, right? So the rest of Europe is like, oh, this is fucked. We got to help clean this shit up, or it's going to kill the whole continent.
Yeah.
So Germany sent in some bomb disposal robots that could like pick up the debris and like truck it out, like the graphite pieces and stuff. But they only designed it for the number that the Communist Party gave to them. So it broke down almost immediately because it got melted. Because it was built for maybe like a fifth of the radiation.
Oh shit.
That was actually there.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of beer. It's not. I've read some reviews of it, and it says that the bureaucracy around it was not nearly that bad. And it wasn't like guys were being shot and stuff because of the whole thing. But
is your shirt inside out?
Oh, that's likely. Thanks for pointing that out. I might have skirted by. Doing this for 48 minutes, not realize my fucking shirt's inside out. God damn it.
That's almost as bad as realizing your fly is down and nobody's pointed it out. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, somebody's noticed. You're like, God
no,
damn it.
someone hasn't noticed.
No, somebody has noticed.
But they just don't. No, come on. If that person notices but doesn't tell you.
Because I've seen somebody that I don't know that well with their fly open. You're like, do I say something? And then I never say anything. And then, an hour later, you see him, the zipper's up. It's like, oh, that guy has gone through some shit in the past hour. He's beating himself up right now.
Yeah,
he's checking his fly every fucking 5 minutes.
Feeling like a complete idiot after that. Yeah, that's true. If it's like someone you don't know, why would you want to embarrass them, right?
Yeah.
But if it's your boy.
It's like, Gump, your fucking horse is coming out of the barn, bud.
I can see your testicles. You're like, wow, thanks. Fuck.
Balls are hanging out, bud.
Missed that one. That was close.
Nearly caught my balls.
You ever catch your balls in the zipper?
No. I wear underwear.
Me too. But you ever catch your balls through your underwear in the zipper?
No.
Dude, that sucks. I don't know. You're lucky.
Man, you're always sitting on your balls, catching it in zippers.
What can I say? I got big balls. My balls are always bouncing to the left and to the right. It's my belief that my big ball should be held every night.
That's some good cream liqueur.
I like 40 Creek whiskey. It's good whiskey.
Oh, absolutely. I recommend if anybody's listening. I know some people are, of course.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Bailey's,
Yep.
forget everything you know about cream liqueur.
Bailey's can suck my balls.
Forget
40
everything
Creek
you know.
cream liqueur.
It's good. It's a tasty little number in a cup of coffee. Fucking coffee.
Oh, I'd drink it straight. That shit is good.
Yeah, it is pretty tasty.
Got a nice bottle, dark bottle. Just looks professional.
Mm.
That cream color lid with a dark bottle. Fantastic.
Salami lid.
Cat, why don't you leave?
Have you heard of the, what do they call it? I think they call it the shopping cart conjecture or something like that. It's
What?
basically why is this thing buzzing like that? I wonder if it's because my phone is right next to this equipment.
Could be.
Yeah, the shopping cart problem. It's basically a metric that you can use to determine how
Civilized somebody is.
how civilized a society is. So if you go to or just an individual, how civilized someone is. So you go to Walmart and you see someone just leave the fucking shopping cart out.
Oh, you're a piece of shit if you do that.
Like, you're just a bad person.
Yeah.
It costs you nothing to put the thing back, but it also costs you nothing to leave it out.
Yeah.
So you're faced with two choices that ultimately don't mean anything to you, but can mean something to someone else. Like, you can really fuck with those dudes who got to put them away, you know? Also, there's 40 shopping carts you got to fucking gather up and bring inside. So, God damn
I'll
it.
be honest, I do my part. I've put back 2 shopping carts before. I
Yep.
put somebody else's back because I'm a good person.
Is that why, or did you just want to make it harder for homeless people to steal them?
Well, it's not hard to steal a shopping cart.
Yeah,
What's the difference
But
between
but it's a little harder. They gotta like go inside to steal the fucking thing.
No. Like, I'm talking like the outside racks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like, well,
No,
yeah,
if you're putting them back
yeah. But
inside,
don't they like chain them together?
No.
No, that's only with the
well,
when you put
not
the dollar.
Walmart. Not Walmart.
Right, Walmart doesn't have the $1 thing.
That's right. Just
The
like
little lock.
no frills or
Yeah, any of the Loblaw stores.
yeah.
Here's a great Instagram page you guys should all follow. You guys know the No Name brand, like No Name brand food.
I know
from
what you're
Superstore?
talking about. Yeah.
They got an Instagram page, and what they do is they do the No Name thing to like Instagram posts. So they'll
Or-
be like,
Or I've seen like random products. Did you see the bag of no name weed? It was like no name marijuana for getting high.
yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, no, but this Instagram page is just dedicated to distilling like Instagram type posts into their basic form, into the label for a no name product. So it's
Yeah.
like video of a champagne cork popping and then looping back on itself indefinitely, right? So it's because that's what all the, when white girls get a fucking champagne bottle and they pop it, they take a boomerang of it, right?
Yeah.
When it sucks itself
Or
back
they
in or whatever.
they break down a meme format.
Yeah. Yeah, something to do with like silly sponge, confused or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's like a SpongeBob meme. They just broken down into the fucking no name brand format. It's so funny.
Yeah, I forgot. I think, did you and I spend like 10 minutes or 15 minutes on that page one night looking at that shit?
No, I was just laughing
Yeah.
our asses off. It's so funny because it's one of those things where it brings to light just how stupid Instagram is.
Yeah.
Because when you see it boiled down to like its essence,
Yeah, and it's literally like tops 20 words.
yeah,
Just breaks it down in the simplest shit. It's like, oh, and you read it, you're like, you know exactly what it is.
yeah, you can
Fuck.
picture it in your mind. The people who post this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like there was one where it was something to do with like a gym bro, posing in front of a mirror with
Yeah.
his abs out or something like that. And it's just a guy at a gym flexing with his abs out or something like that, flexing shirtless.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I haven't been to a no frills in a long time.
Really?
Can't say the last
Oh,
time.
they're
it was.
wicked, man.
Years.
I fucking love Superstore or any of those no frills or extra foods or whatever. Any of those President's Choice type shit.
Well, that's true. I guess I've been to a. No, that was Save on Foods. Never mind.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't been to a no name in forever.
You know what I like, and people who are purists may hate me for this, but I like Walmart sushi, or like Safeway sushi. I love it.
That's fair.
It's not bad. See, I've never had gourmet sushi, so maybe that's my problem. But I think it tastes good.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I've even been to a proper sushi place, and yeah, it's not bad. Like, if I were to compare the two, it'd be very hard to tell which is which.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no sushi expert, so somebody who
What do I look Japanese?
if somebody
Fuck do I know?
truly enjoys it, I mean, they could probably tell the difference, but not me. Not little old country bumpkin me. I haven't a fucking clue.
Eating raw fish.
Raw fish.
One of those Japs think of next.
What part of that is the cow?
One of those Japs think of next.
Yeah,
Industrious little fellows.
What do them gooks think of next?
Oh, you can't say that now. Come on. Can't say that
Yeah, I
word.
said country bumpkin. It's fine.
No, that doesn't excuse you from saying racial slurs.
So yeah, I've never.
But you
felt,
can say faggot.
It's like I got lots of Asian friends.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if that totally negates it, but
Yeah.
is what it is. You can deal with it.
I just ever since Clint Eastwood's
Yeah, since Gran Torino.
Gran Torino, I've always felt that it's okay.
That's I think that's actually the opposite effect that the movie's supposed to have on people. It's supposed to make you not want to be racist towards Asian people.
And also on the same token, I've had so many interactions with Asian people that are racist toward white people.
Oh, yeah,
that it seems okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And at the same time, like, yeah, we used a lot of Chinese people to build the railroad. So yeah, we did a little oppressing ourselves.
we do a little pressing. It's called we do a little trolling.
But not that much.
Well, not you and me personally.
The
Not
whole-
like our ancestors either. Our
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
ancestors, like poor peasants.
I mean, like, if we were to really have a deep conversation about
Like Asian race relations in this country.
yeah, or even just like over thousands of years, China has oppressed a lot of people.
China, I don't want to say they deserve it, but it's coming. Because how long were they on top? How long were they the largest, most interesting, most powerful country on the planet? Probably about 3,000 years.
Yeah.
Everybody on the planet who even heard of China was trying to buy shit from them. You know, China owned the world up until Britain decided to sell them opium. That caught on quick.
Sure did. And they were hooked.
They took to that like Chinese people to opium.
Did you hear on the radio? This is a while ago, but I heard an Asian discrimination commercial on the radio. It's like Stop Asian Discrimination.
Right. I see a lot of that because, well, apparently in New York City it was getting pretty bad for some reason. I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking live in New York. It's like, fuck. But I've heard stuff like that. Like there's Asian hate because this coronavirus was developed in China or, well, could have been developed. We don't know, but
We don't know.
it came from China. And so then people like were taking out their frustrations on Asian people or something. And it's like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like some things get blown out of
It's
proportion.
just classic white people trying to put the blame on somebody else other than themselves.
Well,
Just
no,
trying
it's,
to put the blame on somebody and take out their anger. We're good
Well,
at
yeah.
that. We're
pretty good at that. But no, then at the same time, there's probably people, you know, taking their anger out on Asian people. But then there's the typical white liberal who's like,
Well, it's the same
trying
kind
to
of
make this problem their problem, something that they can solve because they're white and they can solve the world's problems.
That's right, yeah.
It's like, shut up. You can't solve shit.
Well, it's the same.
You caused the world's
It's
problems.
the
Shut
same
fuck up.
idea after 9/11. Everybody was like, "Oh, you
Yeah, these goddamn Arabs.
Arabs blowing up the Twin Towers."
What kind of Arab are you? I'm Sikh. Yeah, get the fuck out. What? We're not even from the same region. We don't speak Arab. We're not even the same religion. We're not like, what? What, because I wear a turban? Fuck off.
Or you're like, you turban twirler. It's like, my hair's shorter than yours.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you wear a mullet. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, you should wear a turban. Hide that ugly shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But same kind of concept.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's
just-
just one of those things. I think the lowest common denominator will just, like, well, we're humans. So we like taking out our anger on each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's just one of those things. You give people a target and they'll fucking go for it because we're animals.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I see a target, I want to shoot at it. Does that make me an animal? Perhaps.
Yeah. Does it make you?
Perhaps.
Well, it depends on what kind of
I'm
target.
I'm human.
Yeah, humans are just awful.
No, I try very hard to be kind to people.
Well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, we joke about race and stuff on this podcast quite a bit, but ultimately, my primary principle is that I don't see race. I treat people as people. If I like you, we're tight. We'll be good.
Oh,
If I don't like you, I don't care what your race is. I don't care if you're gay. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. It's like, are you cool? Do you like working hard? Do you enjoy riffing with the boys? All right, we're gonna get along fine.
Exactly. Race isn't going to determine our relationship.
No.
Like, if you're a fucking asshole, the fact that you're Chinese has nothing to do with the fact that you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror first. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
you see a lot of, especially seems like from the trans community too. It seems like, oh, you just hate me because I'm trans. Like, well, no, I don't like you because you're kind of a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Quit being an asshole.
Oh,
Oh, no.
did we run out of memory?
Well, it seems like it.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh, well.
Well, that's okay. Well, the camera quit working, so I'll just edit something in post here. That's probably about time to wrap it up then.
We could wrap it up. We were really diving into the whole trans thing, but hey,
Perhaps it's better we don't.
yeah, it's probably good that we don't, but I don't hate trans people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Quit making everything about you.
This goes for anybody.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, I probably won't like you. It doesn't matter your orientation, your race, but if you're nice, I'll probably like you.
Yeah. That's just how it is.
It's just that simple. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Yeah.
So, message of the day, don't be an asshole. And I'll try my best not to be an asshole.
That's a good message, brother.
And on that note.
And on that bombshell, good night.
Yes, thanks for tuning in to episode 13. I think it went quite well.
Yeah, me as well.
All right, bye everybody.